I have been covering what I believe are some of the best ETFs for maximizing dividend income, maximizing growth, and minimizing downside risk. Now, the most common investments are the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, the QQQ. These are considered benchmark ETFs, and they both have a very long track record of phenomenal performance. Over the last few months, both benchmarks have posted incredible gains, particularly the QQQ, which is now up over 26% in just 2 months, while the S&P 500 has gained roughly 16%. That marks the strongest market rally we have seen since the COVID recovery. Now, there's another ETF that I've kept in my portfolio for quite some time, and it has gained over 33% in those same 2 months. And this isn't just a recent story. Over the last several years, this ETF has crushed both benchmarks. And in my opinion, it has the potential to continue outperforming throughout 2026. It embodies one of my favorite investing strategies, which is momentum. So we urgently need to discuss this before it's too late. To begin, the average annual return of the QQQ since 2010 has been around 19%, almost double the S&P 500. And that is largely thanks to its concentration in big tech and high growth companies. Achieving the highest growth potential comes from concentration. And if you're too diversified across hundreds of different stocks, your upside is going to be muted. But of course, there's a trade-off. When it comes to downside risk, concentration is not your friend, especially with passive funds. And the 2022 bear market is the perfect example. The S&P 500 lost 18% that year, while the Nasdaq 100 lost double that, around 35%. So more growth potential, but also more downside risk. So the real question is there an investment that can outperform both the S&P 500 and the QQQ, but also provide better downside protection than either of them? And that brings me to SPMO, the Invesco S&P 500 Momentum ETF. This fund has been among my top ETF picks for a long time. Not only has its performance been absolutely phenomenal, but the more I dig into how it works, the more convinced I am that its growth potential is unlike almost anything else in the space. This is also one of the ETFs that I cover in my Build Your ETF Portfolio workshop, which you can check out down below. Now, over the past year alone, SPMO has outperformed the S&P 500 by a wide margin, even pulling ahead of the QQQ. Over the last 3 years, it has delivered nearly 3 times the returns of the S&P 500 and nearly double the returns of the QQQ. And this trend continues with significant outperformance over the last 5 years as well. SPMO was established in October of 2015, so it has a solid track record for investors to analyze. It is a very liquid investment, so buying shares will be easy and you won't be hit with high transaction costs. It also has a very low expense ratio of just 0.15%, which is even less than the QQQ. And what's amazing is that when I first reviewed the ETF, it had roughly $700 million in assets. And today that has ballooned to over $15 billion, marking one of the fastest AUM growth stories I have seen in this space. And I've always said that AUM growth is one of the strongest signs of a healthy ETF because it reflects growing investor trust. So how does this ETF actually work, and why is it, in my opinion, one of the best ways to get risk-averse exposure to the AI movement right now? And if you guys want access to these amazing tools along with in-depth fund analysis, market insights, ETF breakdowns, and more, then I highly suggest to sign up with Seeking Alpha. You guys can use my link to get $30 off their annual premium plan. You can also save $160 off their Premium and Alpha Picks bundle. And Alpha Picks is Seeking Alpha's premium stock picking portfolio that uses momentum, quantitative data, and a disciplined approach to identify stocks with the highest growth potential. And since inception, this portfolio has provided 3 times the total returns of the S&P 500. And I personally use these tools together every single day, so I highly suggest you guys take advantage of the sale. To start, SPMO tracks the S&P 500 Momentum Index using full replication. And that index measures the performance of the 100 stocks within the S&P 500 with the highest momentum scores. But what is a momentum score and how do you measure it? A momentum score is calculated based on 12-month price growth, excluding the most recent 2 months, and then scaled by the volatility of daily returns. Let's break that down because it's actually very simple to understand, but also extremely effective. 12-month price growth is straightforward. You look at how much a stock's price has increased over the past year, but you exclude the most recent 2 months. Why? because stocks tend to mean revert in the very short term, so excluding that window helps the signal stay cleaner. Now, the volatility piece is crucial. A stock can appreciate 100% over 2 to 5 months, but also have drops of 10 to 30% in the process. That is not a momentum stock, because if the price appreciation and price depreciation are equally high, the volatility is extremely high. The key is finding stocks that have been able to appreciate without heavy downside volatility. If a stock has high growth but also high volatility, it might actually score lower on momentum than a stock with similar or even less growth but with less volatility. And it's really that simple. So the main question now is, how does this strategy hold up in a downtrend? Because you don't want to sacrifice downside protection just for more upside potential. And I also wanted to quickly let you guys know that we are adding a new segment to the channel that is going to be hosted by our channel producer, Sammy. Every Sunday, he's going to be hosting a live market recap where you can actually pop in and ask questions. So make sure you guys turn on the little notification bell button and join in. Momentum metrics compare the stock's performance to the overall market. Stocks that perform well relative to the market, even when the market is falling, will be more resilient. And resilient stocks tend to maintain their price strength during a bear market. SPMO's performance in the 2022 bear market is a perfect example of this. The ETF only fell by 10% compared to 19% for the S&P 500 and 34% for the Nasdaq 100. And in the recent tariff-driven market sell-off in April, SPMO captured similar downside to the S&P 500 and much less than the QQQ, but also managed to recover much faster with superior growth, more than 2 times the returns of the QQQ and 4 times the returns of the S&P 500. So what you have here is an ETF that can capitalize on superior upside growth while also mitigating the downside. Seems like a complete package, right? Well, almost. In 2023, SPMO did lag behind the benchmark ETFs, and the reason is simple. The most resilient stocks during the 2022 downturn were not the best performers in the 2023 recovery. Momentum investing as a style typically underperforms in recovery situations. When markets bottomed at the end of 2022, the S&P 500 went on to appreciate 26%, but the Nasdaq 100 appreciated 55%. Stocks that drop the hardest tend to have the strongest rebound. By the end of 2023, all 3 ETFs had returned essentially the same amount. But then SPMO's insane rally in 2024, combined with its ability to limit downside in 2022, means that if you look at total performance since the beginning of 2022, SPMO has outperformed significantly. Now, how effective is this strategy over the long term? And again, why is this, in my opinion, one of the most risk-averse ways to invest in the AI movement right now? There's a very common misconception where people assume that if a stock has already appreciated significantly, it can't possibly keep going up, or that it must be too overvalued and has to drop. The actual way to think about this is when a stock appreciates significantly, there are clearly strong expectations for growth and earnings growth, so the likelihood of that continuing is actually very high. The same thinking applies to the S&P 500 itself. In 2023, as the S&P 500 hit all-time highs, many analysts were anticipating a drop in 2024, and that didn't happen. The data consistently shows that after the market hits all-time highs, the likelihood of continued appreciation is high, not a reversal. If you had sold every time the market hit all-time highs, your total returns would be a fraction of what they are today. The chart tells that story perfectly. Circling back to SPMO again, here's my take. In any economic environment where almost every asset class is appreciating, a momentum-focused ETF will ride that wave in line with the market. From 2015 to 2021, SPMO's performance was relatively similar to the overall market. But the moment you get a concentration of stocks appreciating much faster than the overall market, driven by a specific economic trend like the AI boom, that's where SPMO's strength really shines. Looking at its current holdings, you're getting heavy allocation towards Nvidia, Broadcom, Micron, Google, and AMD, the strongest market leaders right now. Meanwhile, stocks like Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon have been lagging other tech giants, but make up a large portion of the QQQ simply because it is a market cap weighted ETF. SPMO, on the other hand, is strategically weighted based on momentum score and size. And that kind of edge is exactly why I hold it in my own portfolio as a core growth accelerator. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Discussions of ETFs, investing strategies, market updates, or specific funds are general, not tailored to your financial situation, and should not be relied upon for decision making. Investing involves significant risks, including total loss of principal, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I am not a registered financial advisor. My content reflects personal research and publicly available information. I may earn affiliate commissions from mentioned products or links disclosed per FTC guidelines, but these do not influence my opinions. Always consult a licensed financial professional and verify information independently. By watching this, you agree I am not liable for any losses or consequences from your actions. International viewers should consult local regulations.